Yes, hello, welcome in everyone. As you can see, I've got 3 laptops going up for sale. And what I've actually done, it says, it just says up there, before I do, I shall clean the SSDs. Well, the truth is I've already done that. I've wiped all the SSDs, reinstalled Windows. They're all running Windows 10, the latest version, 22H2. Two of them have got Windows 10 Pro on them, one has Windows 10 Home install. As it says there in the title, in the info on the side of the screen there, that the current specifications don't actually meet Windows 11 requirements on the CPU. And by that, on the CPU, I mean it has to be a certain generation or above. They've all got the TPM module in them, which you can turn on and off, but the CPU don't meet the requirements, so it won't be Windows 11 compatible. It won't reach the Windows 11 requirements for, if you want to run Windows 11. Now, I'm not saying you won't be able to install Windows 11. I'm not saying that at all. You may be able to, but you may have a very unpleasant experience. That's the only thing I'm saying. But anyway, what I'm going to do, let's see. The first one I've got here is an HP laptop. It's an HP HQ-TRE 71025, and the CPU that's in it is an AMD A8 7410 with AMD Radeon R5 graphics. Now this does have 16 gigabytes of RAM, I know, because I put it in myself. And like I said, this one does run Windows 10 Pro, and it's they're all on the 22H2 revision at the moment. So that's the first one. That's one of one, and all the laptops come with their battery and charger, but I'll explain that a little bit more. The next one I've got here is an ASUS K52N. The CPU that's included in this is an AMD Phenom, which is only a dual core. So again, you can see why it doesn't meet the specifications on the CPU, which got ATI Mobility Radeon HD 4200 series graphics in the chip. And like I said, it's a 1 terabyte SSD. Now I'm not sure, but I think this one may be the one that's got 8 gigabytes of RAM in it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to hook up all 3, and we'll look inside the system so that you can see what's actually in there. And then the last one is, this is not the actual image of the laptop that you're going to see, because I only grabbed this image because I forgot and taken the picture of the laptop that I've actually got in front of me, but you're going to see it anyway because it's actually silver, whereas it's showing up black. But this is supposed to represent a Novatech, which is a 15.6-inch laptop. The model that you're going to see, that I'm actually going to show, is the W950LU, which I think it runs a N1626 processor in it. So as you can see, again, the specifications on the CPU won't meet Windows 11 requirement. So with that said, what I'm going to do now is, I've already wiped the SSDs and reinstall Windows. What I'm actually going to do now is hook them all up and show you the specs one by one. Okay, so now I'm on the HP laptop. I've now totally reset it, re-scrubbed it. So let me tell you what it is. This is a HP Inspiron, I think it is. I'll have to look on the bottom, but it's the CPU is a AMD A8 7410 quad core APU with AMD Radeon R5 graphics. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM, 14.9 gigabyte, which is usable, and you're on the latest versions of Windows 10 22H2. This does have TPM2, but I'm not sure. I am not absolutely sure that this will be Windows 11 compatible when the time comes, simply because I don't think the processor makes the grade. But you can always do a Windows compatible check and find out, or by that time Microsoft may have changed its specifications on what's required. So here's a screen now of the HP, that Pavilion. So let's have a look at the specs. Let's get the device manager up. Okay, let's open that up so we can see it a bit more. This is so that you can see what's actually on it. And let me just go full screen here so I can see what I can see, because it's just a bit small. So as you can see, we have a 1 terabyte solid state drive. I'm afraid this does not it's not compatible to take NVMe drives. So it's got a solid state drive, but when it actually came, it came with a mechanical drive. All these laptops, all 3 laptops, have solid state drives in them. I've took out the mechanical drives. So that's it. So it's a 1 terabyte crucial solid state drive. And as I confirmed, the display adapter, it's an AMD Radeon. Yeah. TM R5 with graphics. Yeah. And as I say, it's an A8-7410 APU. Memory, I haven't got the memory thing in here to show you, but I'll show you. So there's really nothing. The processor, as you can see there, it's a quad core. It's an AMD 8.5. So that's the specification of this laptop. Okay. And now I'll just take it over to show you how much memory it's got. So if I go to, let me just get the control panel up here. Control panel up. I'll just snip that up for a second. Get it up for you there. We're going to system. You can now see that we have 16 install RAM, 16 gigabytes, 16.5 usable. Yeah, so 14.9 should I say usable. Sorry, 14.9 usable with 16 gigabyte. The reason why you've got 14.9 usable is obviously the graphics is actually taking some because it's a built-in APU. Yep, and as you can see there, your version of Windows 22H10, Windows 10 Home. So there you are. So that's the PC, and as you can see, it is working. So that's the HP one. Okay, and then I'll take you on. We'll go on to the next laptop. In a second here. I'm sorry, I'm just so there we are. So yeah, let me get the next one set up for you. Okay, my friends, so here's the second laptop. This is my previous laptop, which I recently lent to my dad till I bought him a new HP. This is an ASUS K52N laptop. I forgot I forgot which year it was manufactured, but I purchased quite a while ago. It's quite old. So let's get you over and we'll have a look at the specs of this thing. Yeah. So let me open this up so you and I both can see it. So it's got, as you can see, I've got the disk out up. We've got a crucial 1 terabyte solid state drive. As I said, all these laptops have got a solid state drive in them. Yeah. The built-in camera is a USB Type 2. You know, built-in webcam. It's a built-in webcam, so you know, there's not really no great shakes there. Again, built-in adapter, and this is a ATI Mobility Radeon high definition 4200 series. That's the adapter that's inside it. Again, the processor is an AMD Phenom. You know, so you can see how old this is. It's a dual core processor. Yep. So no great shakes there. Basic. You can find the specification if you go to the ASUS website and just look ASUS K52N, because that's what this laptop is. Let's take you to the system, so we can again see. Scroll to the settings, and it's set up as brand new. So when you get it, you open it, you'll have to put. You won't get the out of box. You won't get the UB screen because I've actually gone past that. But it's Windows 10 installed. It's what can I say? It is at the start screen, so you can put your own user in, your own password if you want to. There's nothing on it. It comes as if it was just installed, so there's nothing set up, as you can see. I'm not connected to the internet at the moment because I don't want to do anything to it. So you're getting it basically brand new, so you can then decide what apps you want to take off, what apps you want to keep, because I know a lot of you will modify it to your own needs and specification. So basically all I've done is just completely wiped it, reinstall Windows as of new. So obviously it's got all Windows it's got all its natural normal bloatware, so obviously you'll have to go through that and just sort out what you want and what you don't want. Okay, so what was I going to, oh yeah, sorry, I've just lost train of thought there. I want to yes, I want the control panel up, don't I? That's what I was after, the control panel, yeah. Control panel up. Let's hit that. I just want to show you, let's open that up, and I just want to show you system. I'll open that up by large icons and system. And as you can see, this one you've got 8 GB of RAM installed. 7.75 usable. Again, as you can see, the version of Windows is 21H2. This is Windows 10 Pro. Okay, so here's the final laptop. This is the Novatech. It's a 15.6 inch laptop, which all three of them are. And this model is the N1626. Yep, it's just a W950LU. So this is a Novatech laptop. Now this laptop, when I purchased it, was a bare bones laptop, as we call it. Usually with bare bones you have to put your own hard drive in or whatever. This did come with a mechanical hard drive, 3 GB of RAM, and that was it. There was no operating system on it. I had to put my own on. That's again why it's got Windows Pro on. So again, these have all been put back. So I'm going to start this up. So let's get you over onto the screen there, and I'm pressing the button now. Okay, so this is the Novatech system. Okay, this is the Novatech. And I'll just take you into the control panel. And we go into there. Let's open that up. I'm not messing about. We'll go into the system. Okay, so you can see you're on Windows 22H2, and here you have, we've got 8 gigabytes of DDR3 RAMs installed. The processor is Intel Celeron. It's an N1350, runs at 1.6 GHz. So I know it's not a massive system. I only bought this for it replaced the ASUS when I had the problem with the optical drive. So let me just go back. Let me just go back a bit. If you remember me mentioning on that ASUS, once I upgraded to Windows 10, the optical drive would stop working. That system's actually a faster system than this, though it's older than this. Because this is only 1.6, that is 2 point something, 2.3 I think, or something, or 2.6 gigahertz. The ASUS, whereas this is only like a 1.6 gigahertz processor. However, I purchased this to replace that, so I wouldn't have that problem, because at the time I actually needed an optical drive, and I didn't like having to keep on fish out an external optical drive to use. Now that I purchased this, I wish I had. This was bought as a bare bones system, so it didn't have no Windows on it. As you can see, I've got Windows 10 Pro on it. This was bought as a bare bones system, so it came with a 500 gig mechanical hard drive, 3 gigabytes of RAM. I changed it out. I upgraded it to 8 gigabytes of RAM, and changes the mechanical hard drive out to a 1 terabyte SSD. Okay, so that's where we are. When I purchase, I've now got a third laptop. I've purchased a third laptop, a new one, which is a much better spec than this, much better. However, because I've not been using this, I took all the batteries out when I stopped using them. The ASUS I said I lent to my dad, and when I've got him a new laptop, I then bought that one back. The HP, which was my wife's first laptop, she's now got a new one. So that was my wife's first laptop. That was okay. That has a built-in battery, so the battery's not separate. You can't disconnect it like you can on this one. You can't just slide it out like you do on these two. So the ASUS and this Novatech you can. I did take the batteries out when they were stored. However, when I came back, when I decided that I was going to sell them all, and I wanted to clean out everything, reinstall Windows afresh, because it's easy to do, seeing as all these have been activated on the web before, so obviously nothing's been changed on them apart from a clean install of Windows, so the license just get reallocated back to them off the Microsoft servers. So it's not a dodgy license or anything. The licenses are full, they're fully activated, nothing wrong with them. However, on this one, I'm diversing now. On this one, when I came back to do it and put the battery in, obviously I knew I had to, because of me standing so long, the batteries would be discharged. So I put the batteries in, put it on the mains, turned it on and everything, and was working along everything because it's on mains. Because when you do your updates, you should work on mains anyway, not off battery. But I noticed there was an X on the battery, and if you actually look, you can still see it. So if you look here, you can see the battery, and there's an X, and it says no battery detected. Well, the battery is actually in the system. So let me just quickly, briefly show you. So here it is. Just quickly, briefly show you. There's the battery there. Yeah, that's the battery there. Now I did take it out when it was stored. I took all the batteries out when they stored, except for the HP, because I say that's built in. But it's saying, as I say there, as I get back onto your share, so as you can see there, it says no battery detected. However, if I click over onto battery here, it shows battery 100%. But the unfortunate thing is, the battery saver, you can't turn it on, which means there is definitely a fault. Now I don't know if it's the actual battery itself, or if maybe there's a fault with the battery sensor. Now I've got a feeling there could be a fault with the battery sensor, simply because if you look at it, it says the battery is 100% charge, which means it knows it's charged, but it's not sensing that there's a battery connected. So is that 100% coming because I'm plugged into the mains, which I can gather it is. If I was to pull this main cord out now, this laptop will shut down. So if the laptop's shutting down, could it be that the battery is dead, or is the battery actually charged? But on the front of the laptop, let me show you again, on the front of the laptop, when your battery is not charged, it's usually an orange colour, or while it's being charged. But if you look at it, both lamps are green. Which one's your power? Obviously one's your power. I've got a HD over there which will flash when you can just see it flickering over there sometime, now and then, intermittently. But there's your power. One's your battery and one's your power. Now when your battery is fully charged, it comes up green. And when it's not, because I've had it before, and when it's you know, it's depleted and it's charging. It's like an orange colour. So I'm thinking it's either because I've got the power cord connected in, it's reading the battery as 100%, but it shouldn't do. It should tell you what your battery is, because it normally should say the battery is a 78% in, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes from full charge or whatever. You normally get a reading there. I'm not getting that. So I don't know if there's a sensor gone on the board or in the battery itself, because it's saying no battery detected. It's saying no battery detected, but yet in here it's saying battery's 100%, but you can't turn your battery saver on, which means it's not detecting the battery to let you turn the battery saver on. So, does anybody want to take a risk on this laptop and probably purchase himself a new battery and try it? Or do you think there might be a problem with the sensor? I don't know. However, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to flog in it. If nobody minds using it on mains constantly, all the time, then you can do. This one's probably good to sit in a corner somewhere, just as a web surfer, or email thing, email machine. But like I say, why am I not hearing the sound? Ah.
Powering on.
I think I'm not hearing the sound because I've not got this turned on, that's why. Okay, so that's the 3 laptops. That's the 3 laptops. So if anyone's interested, 3 laptops for sale. And there we go, guys. So that's going to be that. Yeah. So. Okay, so that's going to be that. Sorry about that. I was just putting the HDMI cable away. That's actually the HDMI cable to my 4K camera when I got that set up. I'm just using the webcam camera for now, and it was just to capture the screen of the laptop. So I'm going to call it quits there. So if any of you fancy Just a second. No, it's just me. I was just trying to work something out, but unfortunately, I have to sort out my overlays and stuff. So I've got things in different orders. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for now. So, thank you. See you again soon.